Welcome to Invitation to the Cookout. Of course, you see we're not in the studio once again. We're on site at Skylight Cinema during Bentonville Film Festival 2025. Myself, DapperDome, co-host TheeAlexMac, and then we have two special guests in the studio with us today. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and kind of let them tell you about themselves a little bit. Yeah. And Marjorie Kilpatrick, I'll let you start.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. My name is Marjorie Kilpatrick, and thank you both for having us here.
Yeah, thank you for accepting our invitation to the Cookout.
A treat,
Yes.
as I am new to Arkansas. But as I said, my name is Marjorie Kilpatrick. I have a film. We have a film, too. Traveling Mercies is a short film that we partially filmed here in Arkansas. It is produced by my foundation, the Social Cinema Foundation. We strive, and it is my dream, to be able to help young adults with their mental health. Those that are interested in the film industry, we want to take their stories and make them come to life while teaching them every asset of the industry. Okay. So Traveling Mercies is one particular story, which is true to Madison Trice, the lead actress. Okay. She's also the writer. She was placed with seasoned professionals to learn how to put it in script format. She also starred in it, and this is her true story that happened to her growing up in River Oaks, Texas. Kristen Hill is my very dear friend. We've known each other for over years. Ever.
Yeah, y'all need to know.
Is the brilliant editor behind Traveling Mercies, and I'm very grateful that he is able to be here with us today, as well as have his film screened. God said, give him drum machines.
Yeah, yes. And before I begin to talk about my film, God Said Give 'Em Drum Machines, Traveling Mercies, which was really my first narrative film editing. And I've been doing documentaries for years. And Marjorie connected me with the director, Neva. What's her name? Neva Demir. I'm going to do her. Neva.
It was canceled today, and we are missing her. She's here with us in spirit. Brilliant director.
But Neva helped directed me and helped me lift my skills enough to where we could really have this film in such a place where we could screen and we could kind of share it with people in such a way I think that we're going to do today at Skylight, you know. And but with my film, God Said Give 'Em Drum Machines, it's the story of black dance music, a genre being born, techno, techno music, which is black created. It's from Detroit. Yes. Yes, it's definitely a music that was born in Detroit and birthed and given to the world. And you now have EDM, which is
very popular.
Very popular. So telling this story kind of helps give people kind of the roots of how this music came about and its influences, and especially its African-American origin in Detroit.
Yeah, let's stick with that. How did that inspiration come about to make that film? Like, what was that conversation like? Who's in the room? Was it just you, and then you pitched it to other people? Like, how did that come about?
No, man. I being born in Detroit and growing up in Detroit, I was always around dance music. Like in New Orleans, young people gravitate to brass band instruments. In Detroit, cats gravitated to turntables, beat machines, and things like that. And there's a gentleman by the name of Juan Atkins who's credited as being the originator of techno. He grew up around the block from me. So I knew him at an early age. And when he started making records, and those records started to reverberate around America and then reverberate around the world, dude, it became interesting, and I remember being in college telling people, Detroit, it's the home of techno. And people be like, man, get the hell out of here. Like, we don't care, that ain't hip hop, or it's from Germany, it's from overseas. So for years, having those conversations, once I became a filmmaker and I had got a couple films under my belt, in particular a documentary film I did called Icons Among Us, Jazz in the Present Tense, which was a series on jazz music. I was like, we could do this for techno. And my partner, Jennifer Washington, she was there from the very beginning because we wanted to create a story about Detroit. And just kind of going through what we could do, we thought this was an underserved story about our city that could help kind of demystify some of the music culture that comes from there, and how important in a music mecca Detroit is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we made it.
One of the things that I find fascinating that you talked about, as we were kind of doing some, setup, we talked about, really telling these stories that aren't often heard. Like we sat through some screenings yesterday, and it was very educational because it was like, wow, I did not know that. And with us kind of being in a space right now where our history is being kind of edited, to say the least, or trying to be erased, we find that that's really important, from this platform. Like, what do you think about in terms of, being able to really tell the true origin story of it? Because as you mentioned, there's a lot of people that probably would never guess that that's where it originated from.
Man, that's an excellent question. Bro, it's like the more we dug into telling the story, the more everybody started to have an opinion on how the story should be told. So when you talk about truth, there's always this search for it.
Yeah.
And
Perception.
and all these things. So you're fighting all these things. So once you make the film and then you have the opportunity to screen it in front of an audience, that's the big demystifier. That's the one where people be like, oh, I didn't know. I heard this. So it is as the great rapper Karis once says, it is a edutainment. It's edutaining. And that's the goal, is to kind of get you in the seat, even though you don't know what the movie's about. You kind of got an idea, but then you get there, you see it, and then you're like, oh, you're enlightened. I knew this. And so it's that's the ultimate goal, is to, get you in the seat, edutain you, and hopefully have you walk out being like, I had no idea. And then you're telling people like, yo, I saw this story. It's about techno. It's from Detroit. Did you know black people created this music? So that's the kind of the goal.
No, absolutely.
As being in the industry for over 25 years, how do you balance making stuff that's like true to you, but then also to like wanting other people to like it and not caring if they like it or not like it? Like, how tough is that? Because you want to make something that other people enjoy, but then also too, you want to create stuff that's important to you. How do you find that balance?
I collaborate with friends. Collaborator. And
I think when you start at a place of love and passion, then it projects to the audience. Not everyone is going to like everything, right? But when it's personal to you, then it relates to the mass audience.
Like I said, working with friends, having Marjorie call me to work on my film after seeing, I work on her film. I called it my film. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. I never use mine. It is our.
It is our film.
It is our.
In the beginning, when she was like, it's our film. Like, as an editor, I come in as kind of an extension of the producer and the director.
Yes.
So I uphold the director kind of, it's their film, and they kind of, over time, we kind of come to a median to where, okay, it is our film, but it takes me a minute to say that, because Social Cinema Foundation, in terms of what they do for young people and teaching them these skills, like all of that is happening way before the film is even made and it comes to edit. So it's a lot that goes on. And again, collaborating with friends makes it to where we support each other through these processes of discovery.
Okay.
And,
And speaking of the film that you guys collaborated on, Traveling Mercies, Marjorie, tell us like, how did this film come about?
Okay, I'm going to try and make it short. Say no tears, because it truly is like it's a dream and a passion of mine. Right before the pandemic, I had a sister who died. She unfortunately killed herself, and I went through this process of having a story written. I am not a writer. All I know to do is produce, but I enjoy bringing on friends, as he said, to help me e- um, execute my vision.
Yeah.
So these writers came on to help me write my story about my sister. And through this, I had a reading in front of hundreds of people who were recovering addicts and so forth. And it was so cathartic and therapeutic for me. It was to a point where I was like, okay, I don't even need my therapist anymore, which is not true. We all need some sort of therapy always. But so it was like this aha moment. If I could do this for young adults starting at a young age, then maybe it can help them find their happiness a lot sooner than later. So that's how Social Cinema Foundation came about. And then somebody came to me with Madison Trice's story, and I decided to take her on as my pilot program.
Without giving, I guess, the viewers too much about the movie, because we want you guys to see it yourself. Tell us a little bit about Traveling Mercies.
It's a coming of age story based in River Oaks, Texas, and it truly is. It's a love story about life, love, and consequences.
You said the film was filmed in New York and some here in Northwest Arkansas.
Bentonville.
Did you pick this location after you moved here? Did you what? Yeah. How did you decide to film in Bentonville?
Well, let me tell you, as in everything, it's all God. I truly do not run my life. But it was set to be filmed over a weekend in New York. My husband and I were at that time transitioning to Bentonville. My husband works here currently in Bentonville. Our location got flooded out in New York. So I just decided, how do you call it in school? Let's make it a road trip. Let's make it so my cast and crew got an opportunity to see what it's like to travel on set. And so I had opportunities of locations here. I'm a boots to the ground type producer. I'm like, where are my locations? I needed a high school and I needed a taco truck, and I found Yayo's taco truck. Oh, yeah, didn't know about it.
Yes.
And please look in there,
Yayo's is
Bill.
very
Thank
good.
you, Yayo's taco truck. You're amazing. And Raphael, who has a brief appearance, cameo.
Okay.
So I found at Bentonville High School West, they were kind enough to loan their football field to us. And so locations.
Yeah. So I did watch the trailer. So I watched the trailer, and it resonated with me because I have 3 sons. And my wife's biracial. I'm African American. They're going to go to school here too as well. And so, Jess, I'm interested to watch the film later on today to see how you depict the story of these 2 young high school students navigating this Northwest Arkansas landscape, because that's what it's going to be. So I'm interested to see how you tell that story, because me and my wife talk all the time about what are our kids' experiences going to be here, and how do you balance being true to yourself when majority of the people don't look like you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
And that's another thing. When this script came to me and I read it, I was like, in no way does this still happen. And then finding out that absolutely, it's just, it's bullying. It's a case of bullying and young kids expressing themselves, and no one knows. Maybe they get it from their parents at home. Maybe they're getting it from what they're reading online. Either way, us as people of color need to be conscious of the choices and decisions that we make, because it will affect us, and learn how to be strong.
And I would say too, to that piece is happening earlier, as they're growing up. And so I have, all boys as well. And I noticed that, the conversations I had with my parents, I'm having to have with them earlier, which, really kind of hurts a part of me as a father, because I feel like most parents, you want to protect that innocence, right? Like you want them, but you see certain things and I have to prepare them from what this world is. And if I try to turn a blind eye to it, to protect them, I'm ultimately, putting them in harm's way as they become young men and as they become adults to have to navigate, through this world.
Yeah.
Kristen, as you edited this film, how is this different than other things you worked on in the past?
I was sitting here thinking as Marjorie was talking about how when I first read the script as a older guy, I was kind of jaded and this Yeah,
this ain't real.
This ain't real. This is kind of like, you know, these type of microaggressions I've had to deal with forever. Oh, they're just now dealing, you know, just kind of, and
that's the uncle at the cookout. That's the old uncle that be at the cookout. Like back in my day, y'all ain't going through nothing. That's just the uncle at the cookout.
Yeah. So, but the director Neva kind of always guided me back to a more like compassionate and understanding state of what Madison was writing. And then there were situations where I'd be like, we could just take this out. You know, we don't need this. And they'd be like, well, you know, this is important to the writer, and the writer feels like this. So there were moments that I just had to kind of step back and in the process and kind of execute vision and kind of finesse it in a way that felt authentic to me.
Yeah.
But really, it was eye-opening in terms of seeing just how in these multicultural environments, how young African-American students have to deal not only with trying to exceed academically, but the constant microaggressions that they deal with from people outside of their culture for them excelling, you know? So it becomes this thing that, this story that I can tap into. I do know about it. I have felt this feeling. So it was an excellent job by Madison Trice to kind of like write this and then act it.
Yes, she did. I'm so proud of her.
Now I know we're showing it at the Bentonville Film Festival. Is there going to be other showings of this movie? Like
I'm so proud of what we have all done because we have been traveling. We premiered at the Pan-African Film Festival, which is Academy Award qualifying. We went to the Beverly Hills Film Festival, Diversity in Cannes. We're still making our way through the circuit.
Okay.
So as soon as we're done, making our way, we've just started pretty much. So this is exciting to bring it all back here.
Absolutely. We like to say at the cookout, you're going to leave with more than food on your plate. Is there anything that like you would like our listeners or viewers to take away from this movie or anything else that you've worked on before?
Oh, love, compassion, humility. Keep love in your heart. It's so important. Compassion, empathy, all of those good things that make us good humans. Start with yourself and it'll project onto the world.
Damn, what do you say?
How you
Seems like she wrapped it up.
That's the mic drop. We done.
Yeah, but I think what I would say will be more directed to young people and not even young people and older people who still feel like they have a story that they want to tell. And I run into people all the time, be like, man, I got this story. Or man, you need to meet so-and-so. They need a documentary and this and that. I just say to them, take a minute, write down your idea, and then go and do it and start. And once you start, don't let the feeling of I don't know or inadequacy, I don't have this camera, I don't have that mic. Don't let any of those things stop you, because as you continue to go through this process, you will acquire all those things and you will tell your story, and people and your community and the world will be a better place for it, because we need to hear these stories from places that we're not accustomed to hearing stories from.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let the people know where they can find you guys. Like at least all your socials, all your social media handles, all of the things. Let them know where they can find you.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. I struggle with social media. I'm very old school. I'd rather give you my phone. I'm not going to. But please feel free, for all of our young adults out there, if you are looking for any mentorship, if you do just need a friend, someone to talk to, if you have a story to tell, you want to run past somebody, socialcinemafoundation.org. TheSocialCinemaFoundation.org. Feel free.
Nice. On Instagram, I'm Ready Cinematic, and that's one word. And Our film on Instagram is God Said Give 'Em Drum Machines. One word. You can just Google us. We have a website. We have all backstory and information about the film. We have a director's cut. We have an educational cut that plays in high schools, universities, and learning situations, situations for learners of all ages. But our film has been on the road since 2022. And we started out in New York. Yes, we started out in New York. This is our second time being in Arkansas. We were in Little Rock at the Arkansas Film Society. So now we're back here with the help of the Social Cinema Foundation and Traveling Mercies and Marjorie Kilpatrick and Ruben McDaniels. Like, they have helped bring us to town and to bring us to be a part of the Bentonville Film Festival. So again, again, friends collaborating, but check us out at God Said Give 'Em Drum Machines.
Also, travelingmercies.com. We do have a website where you can see the travel.
We're gonna drop that in for y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
And
we'll drop that in.
Marjorie, since you're going to reside in Northwest Arkansas a little bit, what does the Bentonville Film Festival mean to you and like to this community?
Bringing diversity to this festival, or to any film festival. That's what I strive for, because that's who I am. That's what I feel like my gift is becoming, or my passion definitely is. Bringing voices to young people of color, or just young people struggling with their mental health in general. So, it's been difficult for the transition for me coming to Bentonville, in all honesty. Just being down south and not finding my tribe yet. So that's why meeting you both there is battles. Because I'm sure you both know, well, you're from here. But so yeah, that's it. But only being here for a year and witnessing the film festival last year to where it is now is beautiful. And I look forward to giving job opportunities to the people of color in Bentonville.
Yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. Marjorie, Christian, we appreciate you accepting our invitation to the Cookout. Look forward to watching your film later on today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time.
All right.
Thank you.
We out.
Thank you for having me.